Hello everyone and welcome to the channel today. Please like, subscribe and share. Today I would like to take a moment and discuss a very critical issue within the black community, which is suicide prevention. I don't think enough is being done for suicide prevention in the black community. Now, across all communities, silence and stigma surrounding mental health challenges can be a significant barrier. However, within the black community, these challenges are often further complicated by historical trauma, systemic racism, and deeply rooted cultural expectations. Deeply rooted cultural expectations. This is where we need to draw a line. A line needs to be drawn, folks. And with that being said, one thing we must do, and this is always the beginning of any kind of mental healing, we must first acknowledge the undeniable strength and resilience of our black community. First, we also have to acknowledge that we can hurt. All right? Our legacy is rich. It is built on the foundation of ancestors who faced unimaginable hardships. However, it is essential to remember that strength doesn't negate vulnerability. It does not negate that. Every individual, no matter their background, can experience periods of pain, doubt, and hopelessness. It can strike anybody at any given time. This is why we must first acknowledge the pain that we're in to prevent the drastic consequence of suicide. Many in our community hesitate to seek help due to perceived stigmas around mental health. Often there's a fear that expressing emotional pain may be seen as a sign of weakness. But I'm here to let you know, now, as a therapist and as a member of the black community, it takes strength. It takes losing that sense of pride. It takes immense strength to recognize when you need support and to seek out help. So today what I'm doing, I'm trying to urge everyone watching this YouTube video today to check on your loved ones. I always say that. All it takes is a simple, hey, how are you doing today? Initiate those conversations about your person's mental health, their mental well-being. Ask how they're feeling. Genuinely listen to them. This is the part. Ask how they're feeling, genuinely listen, and provide a space where they can be open without judgment. Because we don't know what people are going through. We just don't know. Let's face that fact. To those watching today who may be struggling, right? Your feelings are very valid, and you're not alone. There is a network of professionals who will help you. If you attend a church, that the church is there to help you. There are so many dedicated people, even friends and family, that are here to help you through your most challenging times. Your most challenging times. You know, folks, we have to pave the way for a culture who was ostracized and criticized and stigmatized from seeking therapy to where seeking therapy and counseling is not just accepted, but it is celebrated. Okay? It's celebrated. Just as, anybody would consult a medical doctor for their physical ailments, our minds and our emotions, they too deserve care, attention, and it deserves healing. As a community, we need to commit to breaking the chains of silence and stigma. Now, together we can do this. Together we can ensure that everyone receives the support they deserve, but we have to present it to them. Look, take a moment to remind someone that their pain is valid. Okay? Their pain is very valid. And most importantly, hope, healing, resilience, all of that is within their reach. We have to present it to them because a lot of times they feel that stigma and they will not reach out for help because of the stigma. I don't want anyone to think I'm crazy. Now, understanding suicidal statistics specific to the Black community is very important, okay, to contextualize and address the issue, all right? It's often said in the Black community that Black people don't do this. Yes, they do. I could name names, but I don't want to be cited here. But suicide is present in the Black community, but it is preventable. And that's the main thing. Sources like the CDC, of control, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, it states this, all right? And I want you to kind of listen to how this is put. Historically, suicidal rates among Black individuals in the United States have been lower than those of white individuals, but it remains. I'm even though this is geared towards the Black community, I am all for suicide prevention worldwide, no matter your race. However, a certain age group within the Black community, they have seen an increase, and it's a concerning increase. It's the youth and adults, young adults at that. Between the mid 2000s and I'll say let's just go to 2022, suicide among Black adolescents, particularly girls, increased significantly. Now, social media, okay, played a part in that. Social media played a part in that. For Black youth, suicide became the second leading cause of death. Among Black youth, suicide became the second leading cause of death. Black teens increased their suicidal rate by 73% between 1991 and 2017. Okay? Now, gender differences, right? Gender differences. And watch this. Black men had a higher rate of suicide than Black women, consistent with the broader national trend, okay, where men generally have higher suicidal rates than women. It should be noted that it was higher in the Black community. Okay. Now, let's look at the methods of how the suicide was committed. Okay. I'm trying to wrap this up here and get to some pointers in a few. The firearms, guns, were the predominant method used in suicide among Black men. Guns. Why is it so easy to get a gun? I'm not opposed to the Second Amendment right. Everyone has the right to bear arms, but why are they so easily to come upon and to have in your presence, right? Another method was hanging. Suffocation was the leading method among black women. Okay, that was the leading method among black women. Risk factors are consistent across all populations. Okay, all population risk factors are consistent. Depression, anxiety, other risk factors that might be more salient in the black communities, such as the experiences of racism. The experiences of racism. Okay. Racial trauma. And then we have protective factors, folks. Let's look at this. Protective factors. We need to protect one another in all communities. We need to protect one another. But in the black community, strong community and religious ties have been historically seen as protective factors against suicide in the black community. Okay? In the black community. Church, spiritual growth, that has played a major role in the prevention. Okay? We need to create a culturally safe place. That's what we need to do. Create a culturally safe place. Or a safe space, if you want to say that, where black individuals can discuss their experiences in mental health without fear of judgment. Okay, this includes places where they can openly speak about their unique. Okay, every situation has a uniqueness to it. Create these spaces and places where they can talk about their unique challenges that they're facing. Racial trauma, microaggressions, all of this. And we need more access to culturally competent healthcare. In therapy, I will say this, that therapists and those who seek therapy, okay, when they are relatable and compatible, healing takes place more often. Okay? Encourage seeking mental health. Encourage seeking mental health services from professionals who understand the culture, okay, and the cultural nuances and systemic challenges faced by individuals, especially black individuals. This might mean therapists who specialize in racial trauma or community health initiatives that prioritize black mental health. Okay. So, in conclusion, I know this ran a little long. We need to strengthen the community ties. Pastors, talk to your members about mental health. Emphasize the power of seeking good mental health services. We need the services. All right. I'm all for going to church. I'm all for it. I probably attend my church services 4 to 6 nights a week. But there are so many things that the church can provide. There are so many things that community support can provide as far as mental health. We want to save our people. We don't want to see them destroyed. We want them saved. So therefore, strong community connections can act as a protective factor against isolation. And then we need to be educated. And educated on the awareness that suicide is real. It's not just a way out, folks. Don't think that. It's not a way out. We need to increase the awareness about the signs of depression and suicidal ideation. All of this can be done in a community setting for prevention. You know, if we open the door, right? Open the door. Have some workshops, have some seminars, have some community events. Make resources as accessible, and ensure that they address the specific needs and concerns of the community. All right? So, folks, thank you for listening today. I appreciate it. Yes, it's a little long, but I think it's needed. All right? Thank you, and do have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Take care.